Alright, hi, my name is Blake Hebel, and for my project, I wanted to basically learn as much as I could about an Arduino, some of its capabilities, and like try and do a few things with it. So, um, I started out basically the first week of my project just learning as much as I could, like what they did, and finding a project that I could do. And so, basically, yeah, my learning goal for the project was to just figure out exactly what an Arduino does and obviously mess with it and do a couple of projects with it. So, um, my mastery of technology, I kind of just learned all the basic stuff that you'd need to know, like breadboards, jumper wires, transistors, resistors, all sorts of stuff. So, that was important. And obviously, just how to use an Arduino and the program as well as the physical model of the Arduino. And so I'll get right into that and show you what I did as far as the programming side and the actual software
Okay,
itself.
guys, so now that I am here, I'm going to show you kind of what I did to learn Arduino and some of the stuff I could do on it. So I'll show you the software side of this and some of the coding that I did and the final product of one of my things. So for me, I found this really cool website called Circuito. So basically, um, what it does is it does everything for you, honestly, like as far as teaching you. So you come here, you select your project, and you find, so you select your project, it'll even provide you the bill of materials, so all the stuff that you need, you can purchase that. Once you get all of it in, you can go to your wire part of this. So this is like your step-by-step setup of everything. So it it'll take you through and tell you why you need each thing and what it does. So I used this website for both my projects on here. So like I'm showing you right now, it'll show you where you need to place your stuff, and in the code it tells you what each thing does and why it's there. So once you get through all this, you get to your upload code section. Um, Obviously, they even provide you with the code, so you can download this code and then pull it up in your software here. So once you get, yeah, you can test all that, and then you can even share it if you'd like. But yeah, this website's super helpful. It takes you step by step through everything that you need to know. So like I said, once you get that done, you can download your code. So I'll show you the first one that I did, probably the easiest I could find. So I got this done in like a day, but essentially you download this code and it'll help you on this. I wrote a lot of this because this was easy, and I wanted to kind of test my coding. But see, like down here, it gives you these instructions and stuff, but it'll show you what each line of code means on the side here. So that's helpful as well. And yeah, so when I got this, I changed these. I think it was 400 originally. I just changed them all, and so it could work a little differently, so I could see if I knew what I was doing. So that was my first one, which, like I said, I did in about a day, and I'll show you that right here. That is my Arduino. Everything's hooked up, obviously, all the physical connections. And then I have my Arduino connected to my board, and that's all my code making it run. So that was my blinking light project, as you can see right there. Just kind of a repeating chain of lights, one after another. So that was my first one, and then the second project I did was kind of a pain in the butt for me. Lots of code here. It was supposed to make noises, but for some reason I left a parenthesis unclosed somewhere. So somewhere in this code, somewhere in all these lines, I am not closing off a bracket or parenthesis, and so that's causing quite a bit of trouble for this, so it won't run. But what it was supposed to do was make a noise, and so yeah, like I said, you've got all these different things and all these notes. It's Circuito, the code you downloaded. They're telling you basically, you know, what you need each line of code for, what it does, and also helps you with the physical side of it as well. So it really does help a lot out for this project. So now that I showed you kind of the coding aspect of it and all the stuff that I had to do there, I will take you over to the physical side of Arduino and show you some stuff with the resistors and jumper wires and breadboard, all that good stuff. So okay, guys. So I'm back here basically with this was my last project. So just kind of show you what, when you're done with the project, kind of what the physical side of it looks like. So obviously you have all these jumper wires making connections on your breadboard, and so all this stuff in some way or another connects back to your Arduino. So so when you plug in your Arduino to your computer, you're able to write out the code and tell the Arduino basically what functions it needs to do, what it needs to do. So yeah, this is kind of like the physical side. Like you've got your resistors and all your jumper wires. For my project, I had a little tiny speaker too, so that was kind of cool. Sorry, there you go. Yeah, so basically when you wanted to run your Arduino, you just had to connect it into your computer, and there's also a power supply um, cord that you need as well. But once you get it plugged into your computer, um, basically you can do anything with this thing that you can code. I mean, your skill level of code pretty much is the only thing limiting you with an Arduino, because to be honest, all this stuff that I've done right here, it's pretty easy to wire everything up, because like I said, I found that website and it was just step by step tutorial what needs to go where, and why it needs to go there, you know. And so yeah, I mean, that's kind of the physical aspect of it. It's definitely the easier part. It's not as bad as say writing the code for it. Understanding the code and writing the code is much more difficult, at least in my opinion, than putting a couple wires on a breadboard. So, all right, I'll see you with an overview of my project in just a minute. Okay, so basic overview of my project was, it was fun for me, especially finding a website that, you know, helps you walk you through pretty much everything. It answers all your questions. You know, there's forums, so that wasn't, the physical part of it wasn't too bad. It was actually pretty fun for me. But part that really got to me was the coding. It kind of made me upset. There'd be times where I just could not figure out what was going on with a certain part of my code. What was I doing wrong? And so that can be frustrating. So for me, basically, the project I'd recommend it if you're good with that kind of stuff. But if you have no interest in sitting down and going through lines of code to figure out what you did wrong, then probably stay away from it. But yeah, overall, it was a good project.